Hello and welcome to World Tanks with me, Jack the Ripper. And here we're going straight into the game, and you see I'm driving a T-29. First shot I get, I try and take a tracking shot on that Jagdpanther 2. Pretty sure I tracked him. And then as you see, he gets finished off by Elian, the teammate, who's watching my back from around. Here I get a shot on the Jackson. A nice, okay damage roll in there with this 105 on this T-29 even. And then I'm trying to keep the entire time a position where the only thing they can shoot is my hull. 11 damage there to finish him off. Not the greatest damage roll ever, but gun's out of the game. And here Jagdpanther gets overly confident. All he can see is my turret. I shoot, put a shot in him. I back off, make sure all he can shoot is my turret, and then he takes a big hit. I pop up just to finish him off. And bang, he's out of the game. Now, not a great damage roll, and I get lucky to bounce a shot. That 3001H didn't take his time to aim his shot, bearing in mind he had my side and I didn't know he was there yet. I pop up, he's not looking in my way, I put a shot on his turret. And yeah, he's gonna regret letting me know that he was there. As you can see, I have a platoon mate in a tank destroyer coming up behind him. I take a shot there, side of my turret. Should be a Jagdpanther. At the moment, we have Elian sat further at the back in his T-28, putting that 120mm, I believe, gun with its 400 or so average alpha damage to use. He sat back, covering fire to make sure I'm not getting flanked. To my right, in the fast and agile Jagdpanther 2, is Undead Apple, who you might recognise from the Lux video. Clearly, we did have the luck of the Irish on our side in this map, because this ends up being an absolute fabulous game. And that shot worked. Not the best damage roll, but I did somehow hit him. Now, I've lost sight on him, and Apple manages to kill him anyway. Now, I put a tracking shot into this Jagdpanther. I want to keep him where he is, so that anyone I have can shoot him, just in case I back off, so for a definite, all he can see is my turret. He's taking his shot. He's missed. I get a shot in him. Now here, I get this is just, it took me beyond. This is beyond belief in my opinion. Here's 87, 88, and a Churchill 7, I think. Just pull up in front of me. I take one of them out. I have to wait for the reload. I took the 87 out because he was a one-shot kill, and a gun out of the game is a gun out of the game, and will be a lot better situation for Apple. First shot I put into him tracks him on my 88. That Churchill's now very much aware that I'm there and starts to back off. Me and Apple then start to close him down, but we decided that we needed to close him down and not just sit and let him pop out like we had with the rest, as we are actually losing the cap here, and we don't know whether or not we're going to make it in time. I pop over, I reverse a little bit, I get a shot. Dead as well. What appears to be artillery shell just misses me there. Here I'm on 5 kills. Elian and Apple are both on 2 kills themselves. So between the 3 of us, we've already taken down 9 of the enemy team. Driving along here and watching out, and suddenly spot 82. Aim in, I aim at his side, because I know he's only got 100 or so armour. Set him on fire, he's going to burn, I leave him. Now that is my top gun right there and then. And there I see the artillery. I say, Apple, have you got that? He says, he sure does. I leave him because I need to go and make sure the cap gets reset. Now, whilst I was not paying attention there, the cap does get reset, and you'll see that Elian, in fact, is putting a huge amount of fire down on the people from the cap from on the ridge. He's pushed up without me noticing. Now that guy is worth paying attention to, that Jagdpanther 2. He's there in the dunes, I can't get a shot on him, so I carry on moving to find someone I can get a shot on. That Jagdpanther 2, as you'd expect, is closing the distance. Now here, I get enough of a shot on the Tiger, and he's moving towards me. And nice hit into him, and I avoid hitting Apple there because it's not a very nice thing to collide with your teammates when they've got a shot. At this point, we've now I've got 6 kills, Apple's got 4 kills, and Elian's got 3 kills. We've taken down the large majority of their team just between the 3 of us. They now have 1 person left. We know he's up in the dunes. Elian sits there waiting for him to pop over a ridge if he does. And me and Apple go on different directions to see if we can spot him. Now here is where some of the, and coming up in this next bit, is where the advantages of platooning come really into this game. Now, we knew that Elian could hold certain areas on his own in that tank with his armour doing some of the job of not letting him die, basically. And here we know he's on the other side of this dune, and we don't know where. Obviously, he's on full health. We saw that before, and no one's had a shot at him since, or no one's seen him. So here, me and Apple agree. Apple's going to go down to the far right. I'm going to distract him. I'm going to try and get him to either come over this hill for Elian to put shots into him, or to get him to turn my way so that Apple can get a shot into his side. Now here, as I start to crest the ridge, he suddenly appears. He's there, he's facing away from me, but that tank is quick enough to turn. If I popped over, he could have been getting a shot into me, and I'm more than happy to wait the 8 minutes left that we have for Apple to get around the side of him. I keep popping up just to make sure he's spotted, and then it looks like here he's going to rush over. But at the last second he figures out what we're doing, and doesn't crest the ridge, just in case there's someone waiting for him. He's happy to stay back there. Unfortunately for us, artillery missed him, and he's backing up, and Apple is there waiting. Apple ambushes him. The moment he turns over, I'm jumping over the ridge, and I aim for a tracking shot, get his track. He repairs his track, and as he goes over the ridge, ready and waiting, Elian with a nice big shell with his name on it. That is that much done. Then here you'll see very nice amount of silver and XP made. That's also my ace tanker game, and the medals and ribbons don't even fit on one screen. Hunter, ace tanker, crucial contribution, brothers in arms, all very, very impressive. Top Gun, obviously, as I've already mentioned. Then here we get to see the final result screen. Now here I got 4,300 damage, which is a 2,319 base experience. This was a tier 8 game, and I was in a tier 7 tank, but it's the T-29. The T-29 is essentially the same tank as the T-32 with slightly different hull armour. I believe, I can't remember who it was, it may have been Art of Noise, summed it up best for me. The way you play a T-29 is you're in a T-32 that's already taken a hit. And it's a great sum up because that T-29 holds its own in pretty much any tier. Tier 10, obviously, it's pushing it, but hold down, you'll still struggle to pen it with whether you're in an E3, E5, Yagi 100. Obviously, the 183 with Hesh will do damage to it, but it's not necessarily going to one-shot it like you'd expect with any other tier 7. Apple did very well to get a very good 3,000 damage. I believe one of his medals was actually a steel wall, which he managed to get in a Jagdpanther 2, which is very impressive, bearing in mind it has 100 mil of armour. And then Elian did very well to get 2,000 damage, and the damage may not be as high for Elian, but the damage he did was probably more important. Me and Apple were only able to do the damage we did because we didn't get flanked and because someone reset the cap. Both of those are under Elian's belt, so a definite well done to him there. NAS Achilles on the other team, he was the one we had to kill at the end by teaming up. He did very, very well, I will give him that. He managed to stay on full health until the very end and was unlucky to have to go against the full platoon. Otherwise, I think he probably could have carried on doing damage to our team if they'd all come after him one by one or been forced to stay in the cap. And yeah, that about wraps that game up.
I'd like to thank you for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and tune in for the next video.